to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody that is realizing that a chapter has ended and they may not have the support or the friends or maybe even the relationship that they started this last chapter with. So this feels like somebody acknowledging that they're going to have to get a bit creative or be strategic because they can't count on some of the things that they did in the past to get through difficult times. They really do have to pull themselves up by the bootstraps or come up with a pretty solid plan to start a new life for themselves. Hey Nathaniel, how are you doing? So basically somebody who feels like maybe they've been betrayed or they've been kicked out of a friend group, maybe even someone who's been laid off. But let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Let's see, if you are interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. The personal readings are all ad-free, and I also offer memberships if you're looking for additional content. The link to figure out more about that is in the description box along with my email address. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Daria. Or is it Darla? I think it's Darla. Hello, Aqua Beauty. What's going on? Hello, Jamie. All right, let's start off with the Wild Reflections Tarot and see what else we've got. You know, in the old school readings, I used to actually determine what the reading was about based on what the wind chimes sounded like. It was a long time ago. That was like more than 2 years ago. Hello, One. How are you doing? Hello, Matt. Hello, Bitchy Tata. What's going on? We've got the Five of Wands, Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone's lost a battle. Someone is feeling kind of down and out, like they've been unable to avoid a pretty significant loss. So they're reviewing their options, you know? Okay, so that's what happened. The only thing I can do is like keep it moving, try to find a way to, you know, move forward. So they're reviewing their options. They feel a little bit silly though. They feel a little bit foolish. Hello, Illuminati. Hello, Lovable. How are you doing? Thank you, Rachel. Hello, Brad. How's it going? Eight of Cups. And the Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this is someone who's feeling like everyone has abandoned them with the Eight of Cups, Three of Cups in the reverse. I thought I had friends. I thought I had people to help me out. And here I find that I really don't have anything. So it's like back to the drawing board because I can't count on anybody that I thought I could. Hey, Kevin, how are you doing? Hello, Gypsy. All right, what else do we have? King of Wands in the reverse and the Hanged Man in the reverse. Seven of Wands. Yeah, I mean, they've made their friends or family or the people that they work with very upset. So it kind of looks like there was a vote and everybody decided that this person doesn't belong anymore. This person's not a group member or not one of the friends or not in the crew anymore, you know? Hello, Eldon. How are you doing? Hello, day by day. How are you doing? Ten of Cups in the reverse. So we have an outsider, someone who feels like they used to be a part of, you know, the popular group, or they used to be on the in crowd, But now we've got the Five of Pentacles again coming out. They don't have friends that they can trust. They don't have people who want to see them be successful. Very like lone wolf energy. The Fool and the Ace of Wands in the reverse. They took some sort of chance here. They may have been a little bit willing to accept a risk that wasn't worth it. So they feel kind of foolish now. They feel kind of like they should have seen this coming, but they didn't. And now they're trying to figure out, okay, how do I deal with this? How can I like minimize the fallout? This is the Fairy Lenormand. Thank you. Hello, Nicholas. How are you doing? How do I say that name? Taihan? How are you doing? We've got the Scythe, which is number 10, and the Dog, number 18. This is not just like a random friendship. This is not just, oh, you know, we worked together for a couple of weeks at, you know, the Hardys. This is somebody that you've known for a long time, or this is two people that have been close for a long time. And something has torn this apart. Something has made this friendship seem no longer tolerable, or this partnership seem like a bad idea. So I know you used to be able to trust me, or I know I used to trust you, but that's just not going to happen anymore. Circumstances have changed. Hi, Melissa. It looks like Rachel's got you covered, but my email address is in the description box. Hello, Sugieri. Let's go ahead and say if the tip amount for the live chat is over $10 by the time I'm done with this general reading, then I will take some personal questions at the end. Otherwise, I offer personal readings via my email address in the description box. Hey, James, how are you doing? Hello, Opal. Who you calling mom? Hello, Misty. What's going on? $32. The Moon. And number 30, the Lily. There's something being planned that nobody knows about. There's a secret here, or there's a big announcement that's about to happen. But everyone's pretending that it's like business as usual. Everything's fine, nothing to see here. Keep it moving kind of thing, right? This is the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. Hello, Honey Bear. How are you doing? Thank you, Aqua Beauty. Yep, it's just random. Hello, Michelle. How are you doing? Three of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles. So this feels a little bit like Mean Girls. Popularity, jealousy, intrigue, backstabbing, gossip. So there's someone here who actually has put together a plan, and I feel like they are looking at this situation and thinking, yes, this is exactly what I wanted to have happen. This is perfect. They feel like everything's going to plan. Somebody here. So they're glad that somebody got like kicked out of the friend group, or they're glad that people are angry at someone. You as well. Hello, Edwina. How are you doing? Page of Pentacles, the Tower, Five of Wands. Yeah, I feel like there's almost like a hidden battle. Like if you've ever seen somebody at a, I don't know, like an important family reunion or business party, and you can tell that they're like putting on a face like, everything's fine, it's fine, I'm fine, leave me alone. But you know that underneath that, they're seething. We've got an individual here who feels like they're super stressed out and anxious because there's so much going on, but nobody's allowed to really discuss it, right? Everything's under wraps or needs to be like hush hush. Hello, is it Royson? How are you doing? Hello, Wiggly Toes. Hello, Heather. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate you. King of Pentacles. Page of Swords. This feels to me that we've got a decision being made, and it's really focused around what's in it for me. So we could have somebody that has been bribed. We could have somebody that is choosing to not be friends with somebody or not continue to associate with somebody because financially it doesn't make sense, or it's not going to help me as far as my career. Or if you've ever been friends with somebody at a workplace, but you know that they might get fired, you might feel like if you are associating with them that maybe that puts you at higher risk of getting fired. There's something here about like, I don't know, you might be contagious. The Magician. Page of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely something being minimized or ignored. The Magician's making me think about how, in general, the idea is I'll make you look over here so you can't see what I'm doing over on the other side, right? This is somebody who is trying to distract with some sort of offer or apology. Kind of like the Trojan horse, right? That was supposed to be like a, oops, our bad, we probably should have been nicer to you. Here's a real nice, like, you know, fake horse, and hopefully we can go back to being friends and having beers and whatnot. Did they call it ale? I don't know. And then like, whatcha, just kidding. People jump out and they start attacking their enemies, right? This is like a gotcha moment, or everybody all of a sudden is aware that there is a battle brewing, or that there is a bunch of chaos happening amongst a group of people or some friends or in a family. Hi V, how's it going? Hello Sona, sorry, did I say that right? I hope I did. Hello Jonas, my name is Carmen, thank you though. Opal, I think I get to decide if it's a compliment or not. I don't want to be called mom or mama. All right, so this is the Tarot of the Nile. What else do we have? No, it's all right. My best friend says that all the time. I've just kind of like let it slide sometimes because it's just her natural way of talking to her friends. We've got the Chariot in the reverse, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Yo, that's wild, because you know what number the Chariot is? I know it's backwards for you, but ooh, it's a 7. So in other words, I just pulled 777. This talks about divine timing, but this is also about somebody who's been investing in something, working on something, and feeling like it's finally time to like do the thing. So this would be the type of preparation that you have when you're going to perform on Broadway, right? You have to learn things, you have to memorize things, you have to perfect things, you have to interact with others. There's something here that has been kept secret or not shared with others, but it's going to be like packaged as a, oh my, what happened? I guess we should do it this way. But they've been planning for it. Oh, I'm glad. LOL, BBC. Hello, Riyadh. How are you doing? I hope that changes for you. Hello, La Confetina. How are you doing? Hello, Co-Create. How are you doing? Ace of Wands and the World in the reverse. Yeah, so now that I feel like I'm no longer a part of the in crowd, now that I feel like I'm persona non grata, I feel like I have to go start something elsewhere. I have to start my own thing. At least then I can decide what the rules are, or I can, you know, build a stronger foundation. I hope this isn't what I think it is. Hello, Mason. How are you doing? From Montana? I would have liked to have seen Montana. Raise your hand if you know what movie that's from. Hello, Shavika. How are you? We've got the 10 of Wands in the reverse and another 7, the 7 of Cups. Wow, okay. We have gotten the 7 of Pentacles a couple of times. I really do feel like the number 7 is important. But this is somebody who really, though, is stressed because I feel like I've at least pulled myself back from feeling like I have no options at all to now I at least can acknowledge that there are some options that I have. But this person is struggling to be decisive. It's like they feel this decision is incredibly important and it could impact them for the next 5 or 10 years. Hello, Shadow. How are you doing? Hello, Waikato? I hope I said that right. So we've got the Emperor in the reverse and the Page of Cups with the Hanged Man. Like I said, indecisiveness. All right, so if you're following, we got a group of people that don't want to be friends anymore, or a partnership that collapses, someone who's booted from the family, or like, we're not cool with you anymore, right? They're out here trying to figure out how to build this new chapter or this new life for themselves. And I feel like they meet like the big bad wolf. They meet somebody who is like, you need somebody, you're desperate. So I could probably convince you to do what I want you to do, right? This is not a good partner. I don't have a lot of choices, so I guess I'll have to work with that person that I don't trust or that probably has not the best intentions, right? Hello, Beyond Blessed. How are you doing? Thank you, Jamie. BBC Watch It. I got people who play whack-a-mole for me, you know. But I also have been known to play whack-a-mole. Hello, Pharaoh. How are you doing? Hello, Martha. Hello, Honora. Y'all are funny. I've never heard that before. Nine of Pentacles and the Tower. So because they feel like they're on their own, because they feel like they have no one they can really count on or work with, they're like, okay, I guess I'll take this person's offer. I guess I have to kind of like throw these rules or morals out the window. Oddly enough, the pairing that I'm seeing in my mind is the Mummy. Not like the cool Brendan Fraser dude, but like the actual Mummy. And then the like kind of like dopey or like, I don't know, kind of clueless idiot dude who plays his sidekick and has to do everything for him until he's like fully human, you know? This is somebody who feels like they have to sacrifice or they have to be a little bit less than picky in order to be able to do what they need to achieve. It's like Pinky in the Brain over here, you guys. All right, let's see. We're gonna grab a few from the Path of Shadows. Hello, Rezia. How are you doing? Yeah, for those of you that are asking if you can do a personal question, I said if we get at least $10 as far as the tips today, then I will take personal questions at the end. I like it, Rachel. Aw, that's cute. Hello, Gino. How are you doing? Hello, Rogerio. How are you doing? We've got avoidance and demon. Well, okay. In the dance of shadows, I conceal and evade. Fear's veil keeps me distant in the dark's cool shade. Yeah, definitely somebody who feels like they've been outcast. They don't have anyone that they can trust. And then they turn to somebody who is not very considerate, not a good person. The temptation of living, the fear of regret, dancing among the ashes from the flames of hell. Wow, that's overly dramatic. This is someone who's falling into temptation or starting up a friendship with, you know, the wrong type of person. So if they had morals, out the window they go. I don't need those. I just need somebody that will laugh at my jokes or help me carry out this plan that I have, right? Hello, Lorena. How are you doing? Thank you, Pharaoh. Hello, Vicky. So now we have the gargoyle. In stone I'm carved, left alone in the cold, always watching over, protecting stories untold. This feels like, what do they call it? I think I've seen a few shows where they call it a fixer. Somebody who deals with scandals or solves problems that are maybe not easily solved in a legal way. Which makes me feel like maybe we should grab a few from What's the News, because there are a couple cards in here that hint at criminal activity, and we could be dealing with somebody who doesn't really care about laws. Co-create, $10. Hello, Stacy. How are you doing? Supersize me, doing too much, excessive, overindulgence. SOS. Yeah, this is a person who has difficulties with self-control. This is somebody who may have quite the ego. They may have issues with regards to substances, or I'm picking up on theft. So kleptomaniac, possibly. But there are issues that they've had with the people that they were dealing with in the past, friends, workers, whatever it was. And now here they are feeling like they need to, you know, find a new place where they belong or find a new crew. And they've met somebody who has more difficulty with morals than they do. Somebody who will pull them further off the track or the path that they're supposed to be on. All right, this is the situations deck. There's that strategy. What else? We've got family, blood ties, inner circle. Yeah, this is not like, you know, a group of 25 best friends or a group chat from college where you haven't seen each other in 10 years, but you still send memes occasionally. This is like the I told my deepest, darkest secrets to you, and then now we don't talk anymore. I do feel like there is sadness on both sides because this was a happy friendship. Like when it was happening, thank you, Co-Create. Hi, Danielle. When they were buddies, when they were dating, when they were in partnership, when they were in cahoots, it was fun. They liked it. But things escalated quickly. Oh my. Now we have twin flames, mirrored souls is what I'm really drawn towards. This doesn't have to be people who were actually like in love or dating, but there could be some complications because we had somebody that maybe had their eyes on a person that they shouldn't have. I do feel like there's some jealousy, some hitting on people maybe you shouldn't, or flirtations that got out of hand. But in particular, there's two people, and I feel like they were kind of fighting over, you know, like top dog, leader of the pack, that kind of thing. Hello, Darnell. How are you doing? Nicholas, you creeping me out. Don't say that. I don't like it. You assume that I don't already know God or believe in God. Hello, Danny. How are you doing? So some of you, this situation does have to do with twin flames and that feeling of being outcast or no longer feeling like you fit in or this is where you belong is part of that healing journey, and it may end up pushing you to finally pursue a healthy connection with the twin flame. For others of you, this is simply letting you know that we have two people that are incredibly similar, and that may have actually led to the falling out because they are both stubborn or they both have a big ego, right? Hi, Brad. How are you doing? Aqua Beauty, yes, that's correct. All right, let's see. We've got the Pulp Tarot. What else do we have? I mean, I gotta give you points for creativity. That's funny. Hello, Joe. Hello, Ishwar. Hello, Dawn. Well, Dawn, you don't have to watch my channel. I do have a cross up here because I believe, but I'm going to ask you to leave the live chat unless you want to be open to what I have to share with you, okay? Hello, Zachary. How are you doing? So, 8 of Swords. 2 of Swords. I mean, this is basically looking like a fight for somebody's soul. You get outcast from a situation where you'd gotten overly comfortable. You felt like you had people that you could rely on or people that supported you. You'd maybe gotten to the point where you started to realize you settled in life. It wasn't what you really wanted. You start looking around, realizing you can't trust people. And then something actually happens to like further disconnect you from this community, right? Well, that person who gets booted from that community, they basically have a choice. Are you going to deal with this and go through the dark night of the soul, be on your own and fight through it on your own, or are you going to give into temptation and partner up with somebody that is only going to cause you further stress, anxiety, and chaos, right? Because that's not the right option. I believe in you, Rachel. Yeah, I believe so. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. 10 of Cups. Okay, so one of my favorite quotes ever is from Albert Camus. I hope I said that right. I think it's, in the midst of summer, I found there was within me an invincible summer. And they sound like pretty words, and you can kind of like chew on them for a little bit to try to figure out what they mean. But I think it's a beautiful sentence because it helps you to see that there's so much potential and beauty within, and we spend so much time trying to find it outside of ourselves. This is somebody who is terrified to look within, terrified to address the problems that they face that are of their own making. So they're on the cusp of choosing something else that is self-sabotage or pushes their goals even further away from them, because the idea of being truly independent or truly individual is kind of terrifying. Hello, X. How are you doing? So you know what I'm talking about, co-create. Hello, Mickey Meow. That's a cute name. So we've got a challenge for this person who could be your twin flame, or this is, you know, the person who feels like they've lost their friendship group, right? They have this opportunity to build the 10 of Cups or a sense of belonging if they choose to actually be authentic, figure out what's going on, better understand themselves and what kind of life they want to live. But it's a big choice for them because they have grown really comfortable with making a new friend, changing who they are to suit that person, getting in with that person and finding a way for that to like improve their life or make money or like mooch off that person, right? So it's not easy for them to undo that. It's like this is somebody who was raised by Sigourney Weaver in Heartbreakers. We've got the Emperor in the reverse. 6 of Cups. This is not an independent person. This is somebody who always wants other people around to do the things for them that they don't want to do for themselves. But with the 6 of Cups, what really limits this person is a refusal to deal with something from their past. I do think that this affects their confidence or their ability to believe in themselves. Meow, meow, thank you. So now we've got a question of whether or not they can dig deep and remember who they're supposed to be, deal with that healing, and then choose the path that's a little bit scary, but the one that they know they should choose, or if they're going to fall in and make friends with somebody that, you know, will only distract them or offer some sort of escapism. Sorry to correct y'all. I love you. It says 565, I think because there was a conversion from Canadian. So we're $4.35 away. Hello, Logan. How are you doing? Hello, Aisha. I've heard of things like that before. I do think it's a possibility. We've got Ace of Swords in the reverse, the Hanged Man. Also, let me just say thank you to the ladies that tipped. I appreciate you. I think I said the first two thank yous, but did I say thank you to Realm of Bedlam? The Meows? The Meow Master? We've got Ace of Swords in the reverse, the Hanged Man, and Ten of Wands. Have you ever gotten so frustrated with somebody? Hi, Michael. How are you doing? Thank you. All right, so we've gotten over $10. We're going to do some personal questions at the end. This is like somebody refusing to see the truth, even though it's right in front of their face. Nobody wants to admit it, right? Hello, Bob. I hope you get that help. Sometimes it's about the confidence that a person does or does not have in their own ability to make change in their life. If I go through all of this effort, if I go to rehab, or if I leave this toxic relationship, or if I move away, or if I quit, you know, stealing stuff, whatever they're doing, can I sustain that? Can I stay on the right path, or will it just be, you know, a little walk in the park before I go back to the bad decisions I was making before, you know? Yeah, exactly. You're fun. Hey, GP, how are you doing? What else do we have? Eight of Cups. Chariot in the reverse. And the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I think this whole situation is because the Five of Pentacles individual, they need to choose to heal. They need to choose to work on themselves. They need to stop blaming outside parties. And this is where the universe is saying, look, everything else is gone. It's just you and you're still struggling. So what does that tell you? That there are things that you need to deal with you, right? If you don't have, you know, 80 friends around you, if you don't have a bunch of people in your ear and you're still going through stuff, this is the way the universe is explaining to them, it's not them, it's you. Like, they could have problems too, but this person needed to hold themselves accountable or actually deal with something that caused the problems they kept facing. And in some cases, some of you are going to find out or see that this person decided they weren't ready. They still weren't ready. Hello, Steven. How are you doing? What else do we have? The future, becoming clear about your vision of the future. And we've got, I need more love, unfulfilled, emotional or physical needs are unmet. So I've realized that I was surrounding myself with fake friends. I've realized that maybe what I thought was a priority isn't really a priority, or that there are things in life that I ran away from that I can't run away from anymore. So am I going to deal with this so that I can actually, you know, love people, be in love, accept love, all of that, or not? All right. So we hit that goal. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to take a couple of personal questions. Yeah, I am. Thank you, Lucas. Did I say hello to Brad? Yes, I hope so. So who's got a question? With priorities to those that tipped. And don't worry, like a steel trap. Okay, Aki Beauty wants to know about any message about shopping today that happened. 7 of Spheres, which is the 7 of Pentacles, Strength in the reverse, and 2 of Cups. Feels to me like you are investing in something that addresses trauma related to love. It could be friendship, so it could be like platonic love. But when I look at this part of the card, it looks a little bit to me like when skin is trying to heal after you've cut it. So that's where I'm getting that it's addressing something for you. I mean, I know a little bit about what's going on, but I feel like this is something that you need in order to be able to approach love in a different way. So it's going to help with that part. Hello, Jonathan. How are you doing? Hello, Amen. What's the next question? Ooh, did I pick up one of those cards? No, okay. You're welcome. Hello, Maro. What's going on? Hello, Ali or Allie. Steven, I'm not asking that. Realm said, I don't know what that means. I'm doing all right. Thank you, Jonathan. Let me get a different tarot deck, actually. Where did I put you? There. All right. Thank you, Jonathan. Hello, Bill. How are you doing? How bad will the next tower be? Let's find out. Four of Potions, Queen of Candles, and the Three of Presents. The next tower is going to sting as far as a sense of rejection. But it's necessary. This tower moment is something where one thing that you feel is the right thing for you, it's like you get redirected to something that's actually better, but you didn't know it was an option. So when they say rejection is protection, that would absolutely apply to this particular situation. So towers aren't always terrifying. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be like, you know, a bee stings you. It sucks, but like, you be fine. Hello, is it Honey? How are you? Hello, Giovanna. Hello, Sky. Hello, Darla. She wants to know if she's in danger. No. Something has ended. If there's someone here who's been holding a grudge or, you know, just really likes to be petty, there's something that is like cut off. So maybe they don't have any discretionary funds to play around. Maybe they have gotten distracted by something in their life that's actually kind of chaotic. But I feel like you're good. Mm. Yeah, Sky, do you have a question? Zachary would like to know what the opportunity of a lifetime means. What is the opportunity of a lifetime for Zachary? The opportunity of a lifetime, we've got 5 of Swords in the reverse, 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, 4 of Pentacles. The way I'm seeing it is if you were to hold on to stocks when everybody else sold them and whatever activity in the market happened, and then you were just like rich overnight. So this could be about investments. This could be about buying the right house, but this is not about a job. The opportunity of a lifetime is something to do with money that makes other money. I hope that makes sense to you. Hello, Don. I mean, we could expand that a little bit further. Hello, Lemonade. How are you doing? All right, hold on. Who did I answer that for? That was accurate. Okay, Sky wants to know if I will ever find love. All right, this is the Egyptian tarot. Will Sky ever find love? Thank you for liking my video, by the way. I appreciate it. There is something blocking you right now. So it depends on your relationship with personal growth and healing. I do feel like this has to do with self-control, or in particular, communication style. So I feel like if you're able to focus on that, you draw the love in. But this is the block that's happening for you right now. Hi, Strike. How are you doing? This is the Tarot of the Nile. It's going well. Thank you, Lemonade. Pernilla asked, how can I stop doubting myself? So I've got the 7 of Wands, the 4 of Cups, and the 3 of Swords in the reverse. And this feels to me like standing up for yourself, even if this is regarding conversations that happened decades ago. So there may have been people in your life that spoke to you in disrespectful ways, and those comments stick with you, or you hear them again. But this is saying maybe even writing it down or vocalizing, you're taking issue with that. If somebody said you were dumb, have a conversation in your head or write that person a letter that says, actually, I'm pretty smart and I'll back it up with some receipts. In the 3rd grade, I did this. In the 7th grade, I was spelling bee champion. You know, like, you don't have to be cheesy about it, but this is saying there is a dismissal of how other people view you that is really important, or like a standing up and saying, no, 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 you don't know me. I know me. So positive affirmations, looking at yourself in the mirror and saying nice things, and not internalizing what other people have to say. One thing that I rather enjoy that I would share with you is, your boos mean nothing to me. I've seen what makes you cheer. It's from Rick and Morty. In other words, you can take your opinion and shove it, right? Hello, Logan. Who did I miss? Hello, Ross. How's it going? Yeah, exactly. Hello, Santiago. What's going on? You're welcome, Pernilla. Strike wants to know if the CD seen today was confirmation. Yes, absolutely. The number 8 is important. You'll also be seeing 8s more frequently. Ooh, okay. Co-create wants to know, what astrological sign will the next love of her life be? Virgo. I feel like I've already heard you talking about Virgos. I'm not sure you wanted the answer. Yeah, I hope that works better for you than it has in the past. All right. This is the Star Trek Tarot. Hello, Teslim. How are you doing? Hello, Burke Rose. How are you? Oh, I did that one, Aqua Beauty. Oh, I hope it heals yours too, Eshatan. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Leo Sedged. I'm probably messing that up. Sorry. Go great. You're funny. Okay, so for Rose, will my husband get released on pre-trial release? No, I'm sorry. It feels to me like there's too many people who feel like that's not a good idea, or there's too many things in the way. But there is somebody here who is on your husband's side or advocating diligently, presumably a lawyer, but there is somebody here who's doing their best, which you can't always say in our legal system, so. Alrighty. This is the Golden Art Nouveau. Rachel would like to know if she has met members of the Divine Soul Tribe and the 3D yet. Yes, you have. But I feel like right now you don't see them as they truly are. Or when you met them, you didn't see them as they truly are. There's some distraction that's been going on for this person. So it's like they're not immediately recognizable as somebody who's gone through the healing that they have. Hey, Peggy, how are you doing? Crystal would like to know if the Guy that stays in the same house as me and drives a red Mustang is my real twin flame, or her real twin flame. Let's put it that way. No. Crystal, just a little advice. I would be hesitant to ascribe the term twin flame to anyone. I would also not talk about that with any love interest or anybody you might think is your twin flame. I do feel like there is some codependent energy here that mimics the twin flame journey, but you may be dealing with somebody who has like obsessively watched things in order to manipulate people. Do you know what I'm saying? So you might be dealing with somebody that has a little bit more psychology speak than they should. So be cautious with this one. Manipulation is something they're very comfortable with. All right, I will take 2 more questions. So Aqua Beauty is calling out, let's see, Celibati, what is Kay's true intentions? What are Kay's true intentions? Six of Wands and the Queen of Cups. I mean, this is loving, genuine energy. Someone who wants to have, I think, a healthy, successful relationship is how I would see that. Now, relationship could be platonic. It doesn't have to be romantic. But I think this is somebody who genuinely wants to do right by what they perceive to be like the rules that apply to your connection. All right, one more question. Shamika is asking, will I get to marry the girl I'm in love with? I love that. Yes, there are some things that need to happen first. There's some things that need to get worked out. Maybe a couple of difficult conversations, but I see you both being focused or committed to that. As far as some advice, we've got the World in the reverse and the Lovers. I think you have a very strong connection. You may have actually been together in a previous life or known each other in a previous life, but there's something here that is really powerful about your connection. I do think there's a little bit of a warning in this that you may actually have the type of connection that draws out jealousy from other people, so be cautious. Always work to communicate with each other in a way where you can deal with outside problems as a team. That's funny. All right. Thank you, everyone, for the tips. Thank you for the likes and subscribes. I sure do appreciate you all. And I hope to see you on the next reading. Toodles.